How's it going, everyone? GLR Caldell here. As promised, this is going to be a video of the first race of season 2 of the eDTM Championship. Um, I've been promoted to the pro lobby, which is last minute, which of course I was happy about, but I knew it was going to be a challenge. So let's just load up this replay now. Very tough lobby. I mean, there are genuine aliens in this pro league, so I knew it's going to be very competitive. But let's get this to load up, and I'll talk you through the table when it comes through any minute now. So these are the guys here. I think pretty much the top sort of 10 was split between, I'm going to say maybe even a second, maybe even less. I think the top, well, I finished in P7. Let's just get that up. So there I'm in P7 there. I think from me to top it was split between, so it just shows how competitive this particular league was. Obviously was in P1. I think I forgot his qualifying time, but again, it's very tough. We got Deck here in P2. We've got Mikey P3, Goldman in P4, JD P5, Funniest Cowboy P6, myself P7, Tubu P8, Langer in P9, J Double in 10, Pony in 11, GLR Racer in 12, and Seal in P13. So I'll talk through some of the race here. I'll start off with myself to start off with, because there was a first lap for me was a little bit sketchy, but I'll talk through that. And rather bore you just watching me, I'll go through some of the action for the course of the race. So let's crack on. And also, I was a little frustrated because it softs. Or Gran Turismo glitch there, and I know here it was just quite good, so I knew I had to change my tactics straight away. Want it very should get it right. JD went a little bit wide there, so I thought, okay, that's the P4. He tapped me in the back there, which led Goldman coming next to me. And this is the incident which is going to briefly talk about, not too much. So as you can see, we are together there, very together. I've given myself space, but I'm slightly ahead. So I did think, that it was my corner, but I did give him space. And as you can see, just with that little tap, I'll run it through very briefly. So coming through, giving it a little bit of space. I think enough for the two cars. Basically, I'm now coming in, as you can see, turning right. He's turning left. That tap there led me to go all the way off the track. Dirty tyres, off the track. And yeah, I tried my best to try, but again, dirty tyres. I hit Langer by accident there, and that is the incident there. So nothing too big, but it completely threw me off guard from P4 to P7. So I thought, okay, let's get my head into the game. Down in P7 where I started qualifying. Just got to try and be consistent now. So let's just run it through a little bit further here. Again, this corner can be quite difficult. I think I took the apex quite late there, and it knocked me off guard. I think dirty tyres once more. Tried to brake, losing a ton of time. And typical GTS, they decided to give me a penalty as well. So I thought that was a bit unfair, but it is what it is. Rules are, when you get a penalty, the first straight you've got to burn it. So I get off the racing line, burn it off, and start cracking on. And that, after that incident, it led me to P11, P12. Yeah, so I thought that wasn't the greatest of laps by myself. But I knew some of these guys were in the medium, so I thought, you know what, I'm on the softs, just got to try and do the best I can to make as many positions as I can. Saw a little gap there, thought I'd take it. That's one there. Thought I'd take Pony, and Pony is a very, say Pony, but her name's Jenny. Female racer, she uses the pad and automatic, but she's very fast. So I thought, right, these two here are my competition. J double B in the R8. I was like, do you know what? He's the only R8 as well as myself in the league. So he's mainly my competition now for this race, purely where I was in the league. So I was like, alright, need to make some places here. Braking line, Jenny's gone a little bit wide. I took advantage of that. Now back into P9, so I took 3 positions in the first sort of 2 corners. Let's start cracking on here. Let's have a quick look. So it takes a while to get the JD, so let's go to the front of the field here now. So we've got Deck, who's in P1, Holman in P2, Mikey in P3, Funniest Cowboy in P4, T-Woo in P5, Goldman in 6th, Langer in 7th, and of course JD 8th, and myself in 9th with Pony, J Double, Racer, and Seal at the back there. So let's go through the fields. Right, so this is the incident here which I was going to speak to you about. So let's go on Holman very quickly. He's on the mediums, and he's just understeer. So now he's got dirty tyres, which is very unfortunate. So he's trying his best to come here, but fair play to him. He could have went on the racing line, but he went off there to skip Mikey. Being hit by a Funniest car wasn't his fault. He's got really dirty tyres now, and he's doing his best not to try and spin the cars. Absolute fair play to him. So, and he gets a penalty. So he's gone from P2 with dirty tyres now into P5, but now he's the Bernie, he's penny, which he does. Now he's in P6. So fair play to Holman there. He could have done absolute, you know, could have done anything he possibly can to try and avoid that. But you know, he did his absolute best not to ruin anybody's race. So fair play to him there. And Langer is now right up his backside. Let's go through the field again. Let's go on these 2 here. So the 2 Finlands, the 2 Finnish drivers. Very quick guys, very consistent. They do have a racing team as well. I forgot the racing team's name, but take my word for it, these 2 guys are very consistent and very fast, which just goes through the whole field. This whole league in the pro lobby is very competitive. Let's go through the fields, any battles. Deck, who's doing wonders here, creating a great big gap between him and Mikey in P2. Mikey was very consistent, you know, in this race and in qualifying. He's really, from my opinion, really stepped up his game on GTS. He's become, you know, I know people like to use the word alien quite a lot, but he's definitely on that pathway now, purely because of his consistency and the lap times which he is doing. So fair play to him. And take my word for it, these 3 here, T-Woo, Funniest, and well, literally on each other's necks the whole race. So it's a very close battle. Almost in 6 now, pulling away slightly from Langer, JD and myself. So let's just quickly on board. The reason why I'm going to put it here now, because I know obviously doing the race, but me and JD had a great little battle in these next sort of couple of laps, because he's obviously on the mediums and I'm on the soft. So I also knew that he was most likely going to be on the mediums, so I had to do my absolute best to obviously get past him, but at the same time I didn't want to lose too much time in battling. But with the competitive nature we both have, and of course our GLR drivers, I I knew we had to work together as well, rather than just battling. So now we're behind him, trying to save fuel as well, which also is quite important. May even be this lap where a nice little battle turned out. So I'll stay in this for the next couple of laps. So there, Jade's got the inside, I've got the outside. I'm not going to do anything stupid here, so I'll brake slightly early, get a Luke racer line. And again, JD's got slightly dirty tyres there, which I knew, so I was like, right, this could be an opportunity here. Try to go out the outside, try to switch a through, but he covered his line very, very well. I get a bit of oversteer, which kind of tapered my speed coming at the exit there. I was like, okay, so now I knew I probably would try to get him in the next 2 or 3 corners, so I need to get a good exit here, which I do. Yes, I do. So it's like, right, I'm on the inside here. Now this was probably quite important. Now I could have been a little greedy here and just really shoved it in the inside, but I didn't want to ruin his race. Being my teammate, I didn't want to ruin his race. So I left it. I knew I got a better drive outside here, so it's okay. Let's just try and be very, very careful. I knew I was going to get a good exit here, which I did. Right, in the inside. Now check this racing. This is what I mean about, you know, close racing. So look, both give each other space. I knew he had the inside, but I knew it was on the soft, so okay, I could get him here, which I do. All of a sudden, back end goes out, and JD saves me. So absolutely fair play to him there. So yeah, nice little battle there, and it just shows that the respect that all drivers have in this league, which is superb to racing, and it's even good to watch going from a viewer's point of view. So nice little battle there. Let's see if anything else is developing. Let's go with these 2 guys here. These were, like I said, racing pretty much the whole way through. And as you can probably see, so the funniest cowboy has currently got the fastest lap of the race of 2:15.9, which, take my word for it, is very, very fast because he's got worn soft tyres. And I think the best qualifying time was maybe been like a 2:14 dead. So with worn tyres, getting that time is very, very good. Fair play to Pony there, letting him through. That's very nice of her. And if I'm not mistaken, I do think Seal and Racer were pretty much neck and neck the whole race. So again, fair play to them there. Let's start the board here. Holman's still in Goldman's territory, which I think, yeah, both of them are on the mediums, and both will probably need to pit either now or soon, and yeah, they both go in now, so their strategy was to pit a lap earlier than the rest, which leaves myself and JD going through, because our strategy was probably do 6 laps on the mediums, but in hindsight, looking at Holman and Goldman's strategy, it's probably best to do 5 laps at me because you probably lose too much time in doing the extra lap, which again shows why those two guys, you know, are very, very fast and obviously are where they are as drivers, because as much as they're being fast, they're also consistent and they've got good strategies as well, and that could be the difference between winning a race or even just generally getting a podium. So again, these two neck and neck. It's been like this pretty much the whole week through practice lobbies and obviously through race day, which is absolutely great to see. Let's stick on these two for the time being. And I would say, you know, if you are, it would be massively appreciated if you can subscribe to the channel, you know, hit a like, you know, maybe comment on anything you would like to see more from this channel, or any questions, or if you want to join the league, feel free to let me know. We are trying to grow the channel, obviously with Gran Turismo 7 around the corner, and definitely more content will be available in the coming days and weeks, so feel free to subscribe and that would be massively appreciated. Thank you very much. So again, back to the race. These two probably are going to be pitting now, which they are. T-Roo, he stays out for another lap because he obviously saved a hell of a lot of fuel, so fair play to him there. JD, again, done a great little run there. Again, considering he was in mediums and I was in the softs, this shows you that, you know, how consistent he was in his lap times. J double as well. Looks like everyone's now pitting. So obviously at Holman, to see if he gets past the likes of Mikey and Funny's Cowboy. Let's just see. Nope, so they go ahead with each other again. So again, let's look at these two. So now both on the medium tyres, but Mikey has fueled less than Funny's Cowboy, and this could be pivotal, you know, when it comes to the end of the race. So let's see how that works out for him. And again, massive shout out to the eDTM boys, you know, for setting up this league, you know, the Discord, everything. So keep doing the great work, guys. And like I said, the more races to get, you know, it's really good to see, because everyone is pretty much, you know, on the same path level. Everyone knows exactly what to do. Everyone's got massive respect for each other, and this is a great community to be a part of. So big shout out to them boys. Quickly see the best of the race. So again, you can see a little line developing here. So T-Roo's just pitted. Mikey and Phonics. So this is, sorry, apologies for that. Let's just go back and see what happened here. So Phonics got by the run on Mikey. Mikey again not being seen, not fighting it. This guy's behind him in the slipstream. So now these three once again. And again, Holman in the background, not too far away. Let's just quickly see. So yeah, both are on the mediums. In terms of fuel, Mikey saved a little bit. Finance Club's got the best fuel, but T-Woo's got less out of all of them, so he may have to, well, probably not may, he will have to save more fuel than these guys come to in the race, which could be the difference between, you know, getting a P1 or anything whatsoever. But let's see. And because how close it is in these races, you know, it's literally a case where, you know, one big mistake can literally ruin your race. I mean, I don't know, one was a particular incident where, you know, I lost 3 or 4 places in the first lap, which can happen. But even the course of the race, now this is 8 laps, and if you look at the field in the top right-hand corner, everyone's still relatively close, you know, so it just shows you how competitive, you know, this pro lobby really is. So there you look, three abreast. You know, 3 abreast on the 8th lap, you know, this shows how the racing here is superb. Let's see if it's all fine, which it is. T was gone for the undercut. Oh, he's gone a little wide there. But that's fair enough. I don't think there's anything malicious there. I think this is one of those things which shows the risk of going 3 abreast. Oh, the Mikey's gone off there. So let's see what happened to Mikey. So these S's are a real pain in the arse, particularly for mid-engine cars, but this here, I was just quite surprised about. So he's taken that line fine. As you can see, let's rewind that back once more. Look at Mikey's back left tyre, it hit the grass right there and knocked him off. That's such a shame for Mikey. That is such a very, very unfortunate. So he's gone from P1 down to P4, which goes into what I said earlier on. You know, one mistake can really cost you a race, could really cost you a podium or even a win. So let's see if Mikey could do anything about that. And also as well, as you can see, Mikey also has damage. So in this series there is damage. It's not permanent, but it is light, so it will be there for a while, and then maybe halfway through the lap it'll go away. So there it goes, it's come back now. But because of that incident and the damage, he's now possibly going to lose position to Goldman. Let's see this little battle turn out here. These two ahead. Holman's now in P2, which also shows, you know, with Holman, he had that massive mistake, you know, where there's dirty tyres and could have spun the car, but just through sheer, you know, determination and his ability as a driver, he's now up into P2. So, you know, this shows the quality of drivers in this server. So now Goldman's gone into P4. Let's have a look at this battle here now. Team's gone wide slightly. Let's go see. Almost got a big run. Yes, there you go. Good move there. He knew he had the speed to go into that corner, and also the grip. He's now on the soft tyres and those are the mediums. But with fresh mediums and soft tyres, it still shows the soft tyre still has a slight advantage over the mediums at this stage of the race. Holman's on the 4th lap on the soft, so again, when it comes to strategy, you know, a worn medium is still better than a fairly worn. A worn soft is still better than a pretty new medium. So now Harmon into P1. Let's see if he can maintain that lead. Let's go through the field again. Harmon P4, Mikey 5, laying it in 6, JD on his tail in 7, and they're both on softs. But Langer's got more fuel than JD. Myself in 8. So this is quickly go on myself if I may. So of course I'm now in P8, and as I said, due to the racing and what happened, I knew my sort of rival, you could say now, is obviously J Double being in the same car. But I knew that he was now on the softs because I think there was a 5-second gap when I came outside the pits and J Double there. And as you can see, we're on lap 10 now. And I think there was 13 or 14 laps in the race, and as you can see from when we pitted, I think 2 or 3 laps ago, he's now shaved that time off. So I now knew that right, I've just got to be so consistent and make no mistakes. If I do, then I've lost this position. So I'll show you to the end of the race how it turned out between me and Jay. Seal again and Racer once again being in each other, both in the M6s. Oh, those gone slightly wide there. Coney coming through. Again, massive shout out to Jenny as well, being, you know, pads and also automatic, extremely hard, but she still turns out massive, you know, great times. Now it's a bit unfortunate with Deck. I'll give you a quick backstory what happened to Deck here. So of course Deck was leading the race, obviously started on the softs. He then pitted on lap 3 or lap 4, went inside the pits, and unfortunately for him, he forgot to change his tyres. So when he came back out, it was still on warm softs. But in this series, you have to use both the soft and the medium tyre. So unfortunately for Deck, he had to pit again and then put on the mediums, which completely ruined his race. And if it weren't for that, he could well be, you know, leading this race as we speak. So unfortunately for Deck, but I'm sure he'll bounce back, you know, when it comes to race 2 in the series. Let's go back to the top. So Holman's still leading. T-Woo P2, Cowboy in 3, Goldman on his arse in P4, Mikey P5, laying it in 6, JD very close in 7, myself still in 8, and J Double in 9. So this is just for a lap or so, let's have a look at this battle here to see if any time can be gained on J Double or me. And that's one thing everyone knows. Look at the fuel with J Double. He probably over fueled in his lap as well. Because there's his fuel and there's my fuel. So again, it could be a real difference in how it ends in the race. Because I may have to still fuel save, but with Jay, he doesn't. He can ring that V12 out. He can really make the most of the power from this car. So it's still there. Go through the field again. Still there. Let's have a look at this battle now. JD and Langer. So again, both from the soft. Langer's got more worn tyres than JD, but again he has more fuel. So problem with JD here. Line there. if any moves can be done in the next couple of corners. JD's keeping it tight on the bend there. Lenger's gone a little bit wide, but again, both got pretty good speed coming through. So Lenger saw that move coming, he's cut it off, but again, it's similar to me and JD now. So JD on the outside, Lenger on the inside. What does JD tries to go for? The switcheroo. He's back, it just went there. Lost his momentum slightly, which is a shame because he could have been side by side with Langer here. Let's see what happens on this fast right turn. JD trying to go the inside, Langer blocks it. Again, good defensive drive here from Langer. Now through the S is coming up here. Right, so if I'm not mistaken, I think this is now the last lap. And if I may, I will show you the ending between myself and Jay because it was very, very tight. So, again, I do believe now this is the last lap. So, as you can see, he's probably maybe, I think it's about a second behind me. Now, again, the soft tyres and the medium tyres at this stage, I've got less fuel, he's got more fuel. So, we know about that situation. He's on worn softs and I'm on worn mediums, but I know that his softs are still in better condition than mine. And you will see he just keep gaining and gaining and gaining through every single corner. And I know this. I just had to be very, very careful with my throttle. Let's just quickly see if anything happens here. So there you go, look, I've gone deep there. He's still got the acceleration and the grip. I haven't. Quickly go JD. See this quickly. And I'll show the close end between me and Jay. Oh, Jay's gone wide. Probably some dirty tyres. It's not too bad. So that Jade right up my ass, and this corner here is so hard in the R8, and I had to be very, very cautious. I didn't want to spin the car, and just because of that, I've probably lost in those sort of two corners there, probably about 0.3 of a second. And as you can see, my fuel is near empty, so I was panicking really. I was like, right, I may lose in the straight, and he'll probably get me. So I was like, well, I might as well go gun ho. So let's go for it. So let's make sure these S's are clean. Jay's right behind me. If I keep on the racing line, he can't get past me in the S's, so I knew that. So consistent, keep to the racing line. He's gone a little bit wide, which helped me out a little bit. I stayed on the inside to try and cut any moves. Stay there, stay there, stay there. Now he's got a massive run of me. He's got a huge, huge run of me. And you can find out, look, he's right there. I just run out of fuel, just on the line there. So absolutely epic, absolutely fantastic. But what I forgot to do, let's look at Holman. He obviously won the race. Congratulations to Holman. T-Woo in second, Cowboy in P3, Goldman 4, Mikey 5th, Langer and JD, another close finish. Langer in 6th, JD in 7th, myself in 8th, J double in 9th, which you'll see again. Dex managed to come through. Jenny, Sil and Racer to finish in P10. Racer and Sil getting close battles. 11th and 12th, and then Jenny finishing in P13. So once again, massive congratulations to all the boys there. If you can subscribe to this channel, it massively appreciated, and stay tuned to the second race, which is in Interlagos. Bye for now.